Welcome to Unit 2 of MUS 625 Curriculum and Assessment. The focus of this unit is twofold. In Part 1, you will continue reading Understanding by Design. I hope you're enjoying this textbook, by the way. Deepening your knowledge of what it means to understand and start learning about meaningful assessment practices. Part 1 will culminate in the Stage 1 of Backward Design Unit Assignment, in which you will apply your understanding of Chapters 1 through 8 and assign pages in your Professional Development Workbook to creating Stage 1 of the Backward Design template, which is provided. By the end of this semester, or this session of this course, you will complete an entire unit for your teaching context. The skills you build and knowledge you gain through building that unit will enable you to construct future curricula, both on a large scale and a small scale, for your students. In Part 2, you will investigate factors that influence modern-day curricular design. This is very, very important because curricular design is a constant evolving process based on our social milieu. The content you explore in Part 1 and Part 2 will culminate with a written discussion board post. So let's take a look at our course roadmap. In Unit 1, we explored the many ways curriculum is defined. In this unit, we'll investigate factors that contribute to designing curricula and how the revised National Core Arts Standards influence curricular design in music classes and ensembles. And to connect to our required course resources, which you should have purchased by now, the revised National Core Arts Standards are based on the backward design curriculum model outlined in Understanding by Design. So that's one reason, one major reason that we're using this course textbook. The other reason is that the backward design model is prevalent in school districts now and is research-based. I find it very, very helpful when constructing my own curricula. And the revised standards focus on meeting the challenges for today's arts educators, including assessing student learning in the arts. So this is a very robust way of planning curriculum. As mentioned, you'll incorporate your knowledge of the National Core Arts Standards, backward design, and assessment when you create a curriculum unit for a music class or an ensemble of your choosing. And you get to start that experience this unit, which I'm really, really excited about. And then in Unit 3, we'll dive deeper into understanding backward design and assessment. And then finally, in Unit 4, you'll design your unit. So just a reminder that these, we are constantly connecting to the required textbook and the professional development workbook that you purchased. Okay, so the National Coalition for Core Arts Standards revised the National Music Standards in 2014, and they're now called the National Core Arts Standards. And they revised these standards for several reasons, which include that the standards now better align with Common Core standards, which also include a focus on life skills known as 21st century skills. That's why you're reading about those in Unit 2 content. They also align with additional research in arts education, technology in the arts and instruction, and embracing new and best practices in the arts, and also meeting challenges for today's arts educators, including assessing student learning in the arts and designing robust yet flexible curricula that meet the needs of students in a rapidly changing society. So your content for Unit 2, especially Part 2, aligns with those justifications. You'll view video, reading, and web content that prompt you to reflect upon our current society and current educational paradigms. As you read, view, and work with the content in Unit 2, I encourage you to keep these questions in mind. Regarding your reading of Understanding by Design, what are essential questions? And what are important enduring understandings for your students? And how do those enduring understandings you have identified for your students align to the National Core Arts Standards? When we're designing curricula, we always want to go back to the standards. We always want to make sure that we're aligning with them. They're very, very important. That's very important to do. So also, how do you and your music teaching context fit into the National Core Arts Standards? You know, they may align, they may clash. What excites you? What are you fearful of? Think of all those things. And also, it's important to keep in mind who revised the standards. I will tell you that the main team that was in charge of revising those standards, they solicited feedback from all teachers in the US. So even you may have had the opportunity and you may have done so with providing feedback to the team. So they solicited a lot of feedback in creating these national core art standards. If you're familiar with these standards already and you're using them in your teaching, amazing, fantastic. If you haven't yet checked them out or haven't yet started to incorporate them, I highly encourage you, and I'm hoping that this unit will provide a jumping off point for you to begin using them. They're a little bit awkward. They're not as neat and tidy as the 9 original national standards for music education that we used to have, but they are based on a lot of research and a lot of context as far as our social paradigm that we're experiencing right now in society. So please, please, please take some time to get to know them. You might hate them at first, you might love them at first. Regardless, they're here to stay, so we need to start using them meaningfully in our curricular design. So I look forward to reading your written discussion post for this unit and also to view your stage 1 of your backward design template. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. You can feel free to email or call me, and that information is available in the syllabus. You will hear more from me soon, and happy reading and viewing.